Hello, hi. Okay, I am making this video and kind of gonna document my journey because A, I don't know what I'm doing, and B, I want to encourage people that if they feel pulled to do something, to go and do it. Now, doing what I'm doing, some people might not understand, that's fine. So I was living in Chilliwack, and I'm outside of Whitehorse, Yukon. And sometimes that still doesn't feel real because I think in Chilliwack too, or like even just like going camping or stuff like that, nature's just at our fingertips. But I have reminded myself a few times, like, no, you're pretty far away from your friends, your family, everybody. You can see Rosie there, Winston's here too. But we're loving it up here. So I'm left on, I don't even know what day today is. So today's Thursday. I arrived here on Tuesday. I left Chilliwack on Saturday morning after work. So I was not rushing to get here at all. Anytime I've done road trips, I'm always just like rushing up early, like go, and I just didn't want that. I also had a car full, like the back end was saggy, so like I also couldn't go fast. So I just like, no, it is what it is. Like my whole purpose of coming out here is to like slow down, so like let's just start right away. So I left Chilliwack on Saturday, and I was originally going to stay in 100 Mile with my family. My parents are there, my grandparents. I was just going to hang out for the evening. The weather was horrible. I ended up staying for a couple hours, and I was like, no. And my family encouraged me to keep driving because what's the point of driving 4 hours when you have 26? So my twin lives in Prince George, so I drove to Prince George. 8-hour drive. That was like, I think it was like 12, but it ended up being with like stopping and stuff like that. So I stayed in Prince George, and then the next day went out for brunch with my twin and a friend and let the dogs run. So I didn't leave Prince George till 12 on Sunday. And then I was going to stay in Fort St. John. Was it? Yeah, Fort St. John. And I had the worst experience in Fort St. John. My whole trip was seamless, beautiful, everything. Fort St. John, what the fuck? The first hotel I went to was absolutely disgusting, and the second one I'm actually fighting with to get my money back. They charged me without consent, which is a whole thing, but so I ended up driving from Fort St. John to Fort Nelson. My uncle lives there, so I stayed with my uncle. Everyone's just kind of moved north, and I guess I'm like, let's just go even further. So I stayed in Fort Nelson, and then I left and stayed in Watson Lake on Monday night, and then from Watson to Whitehorse, outside of Whitehorse. So I got here Tuesday at like noon, 12:30, and I thought the whole drive I was gonna have like a pop tire. Like a lot of the time I feel like I go somewhere and my tire blows, whatever, you know. I've been driving at 120 and my tire pops. So to not have anything happen was amazing. I think, yeah, I don't have anything bad to say. It was quite expensive on fuel with how much stuff was in my car. I'd have to stop like every 350 kilometers, but it was fine. Everything was fine. And so now we're here. And so I used to I lived past Haines Junction before. So I was 2 hours from Whitehorse and 2 hours from Haines, Alaska. And so before I lived here like 10 years ago. My brother was up here working at a fishing lodge, and he called me and he's like, hey, we need someone to come do the rooms and do some kind of like service stuff. So I was like, hell yeah. So I ended up like leaving 2 days later, and it was the best time. I had so much fun. It was very remote, but I had you know, running water, people cooking for me, all that good stuff. It was kind of like a camp. And I really, really enjoyed it. I always felt called back to come back here. And so I guess we're taking you along for that journey. But my whole intention was coming here was like in a cabin, no electricity, nothing like that. Housing is really hard to find out here. And then also if you have pets, anything with pets is harder. Anything. And I actually was originally going to fly the dogs, and my mom was like, why don't you just drive with them? If kids can do it, dogs can do it. And I was like, okay, you're right. So yeah, everything was great. Now we're here, and we've had a really good time. The first 2 days I didn't have any Wi-Fi or anything, and it was kind of nice to just like disconnect, because before coming here I think I worked like 3 months straight every day I was working. Like I had like, I don't even know if I had a full day off. So it was nice to just like kind of unwind and get everything in order, and it's still not in order. I think I'm like half unpacked. But I had my first shower today here, which was nice. It took me like an hour to figure out what I was gonna do, and the whole process, like I have no idea what I'm doing, okay guys? I bought a chainsaw. My dad showed me how to use it in 100 Mile for the first time. It's quite comical. I don't have a running bathroom, I have an outhouse. Yeah, I just wanted something, like it's so quiet here. Sometimes I'll hear cars driving, but like just over there last night there was a moose hanging out. There was like a snow melt, so there's kind of like a, I don't know if you'd call it a pond, or there's quite a bit of water over there, and every single night the moose has been hanging out over there, and it was very, very cool to go. I went and took some pictures. Maybe I'll throw it up here, but yeah. It's been, I think on Wednesday I brought the rain with me. Apparently it doesn't rain very often here, which is great, but I brought the rain with me yesterday. It rained kind of all day yesterday, but it wasn't like back home. It was just like sprinkling today. It's so nice. I haven't seen a single chemtrail, so that's great. So follow along for the journey. It's very, very windy today. Very windy. Again, I heard this is not usual, but it's fine. I did come from like 25 degrees, so I think inside my place right now, it says 16, and I haven't burned any wood or anything. I brought some pretty warm duvet covers and stuff, so I've been fine. But I feel like a brand new woman having a shower, so stay tuned. Lots to share, lots to learn, and I'm very excited to be here. I was just sitting here watching the video back, and the dogs booked it. There was a bunny, and I've never seen them run so fast. I think they have hunting in them. Yesterday when I was watching the moose, the first time I didn't bring the dogs. They haven't really been around animals like that before. The second time, Winston just wanted to lay in bed, and Rosie, welcome back! Is Winston still hunting? Winston's very much a hunter. And then the second time I brought Rosie out, and she was just stuck right by my side. That was so funny. Hey Rose! Rosie, yeah. Say hello, my name's Rosie. Anyway, stay tuned.